What's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist and today doing a Blue Eyes White Dragon Buster Blader deck profile. So I'm really excited to do some for you guys because this deck is an extremely nostalgic deck that can make some absolutely incredible fields using Blue Eyes and Buster Blader. So without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell in there so you can become part of the notification squad, and definitely check out the Patreon in the description below for all those awesome rewards. So without further ado, let's go and get straight on into this. So first off, we're going to be playing 2 copies of the Blue Eyes White Dragon. 2 copies is really all you need in this build, and this card is an amazing combo piece and an extremely nostalgic card, but you only need 2 copies because it's super easy to get to this card in this deck. We then play a single copy of Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. Jet Dragon is an amazing one-of in the build and actually is my favorite Blue Eyes card ever created. And definitely comment down below what your favorite Blue Eyes card is as well. But this card has the ability that other cards that you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, and also this card can easily bring itself back from the graveyard to your side of the field off its own effect. We then play 3 copies of Maiden of White. Maiden of White is an amazing card that we just got out of the Blue Eyes structure deck, and this card is an insane effect, but you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard to actually place a True Light from your hand, deck, or graveyard face up in your spell and trap card zone. And if you special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon, while this card is in your graveyard, you can actually special summon this card, instantly bringing it back to your side of the field, so you can step into some synchro plays like your copy of Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. We then play 3 copies of Sage with Eyes of Blue. Sage with Eyes of Blue is full combo for not only Blue Eyes, but actually full combo for Buster Blader as well, which is absolutely insane. This card is the ability, when this card is normal summon, you actually get to add a level 1 light tuner monster from your deck to your hand, except another copy of this card. The reason it's actually full combo for Buster Blader is because your copy of Buster Whelp is actually a light level 1 tuner monster, and Mausoleum is going to give you an additional normal summon of a light level 1 monster, meaning once you summon this card out to your side of the field and link it away for the new Blue Eyes Link monster, you can actually search out Mausoleum, activate Mausoleum, and you'll also have Buster Whelp to instantly summon out to your side of the field, so you can go full combo with Buster Blader as well as Blue Eyes, which is absolutely insane. This card is definitely a 3-of in the deck and the best normal summon in the entire build. We then play a single copy of Buster Blader. Buster Blader is an extremely nostalgic boss monster, but you only need a single copy of this card, so you can basically summon your copy of Buster Blader, the Dragon Destroyer Swordsman. We then play 3 copies of Buster Whelp. Buster Whelp is an amazing 3-of in the build that is searchable off of not only Sage, but also Wishes, which is insane about this card. This card is the effect that when this card is normal summon, you get to add a Destruction Sword card from your deck to your hand, which will get you your copy of Prologue, so you can set it to your side of the field and go full combo with your Buster Blader cards, stepping into Buster Dragon and the Buster Blader Fusion monster, locking down your opponent, which is absolutely crazy. Speaking of locking down your opponent, we also play a single copy of Dragon Buster. Dragon Buster is really cool because if you do equip this card to a Buster Blader monster, it will actually make it so your opponent cannot special summon monsters from the extract, which is a crazy powerful effect. We then play a single copy of Magnamut. Magnamut's an amazing 1-of in the build because it lets you target a light or dark monster in either player's grave and banish it, and if you do, special summon this card from your hand. It's a quick effect if your opponent controls a monster. And if this card is special summoned, you can actually activate this effect that during the end phase this turn, you get to add a dragon monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand, instantly grabbing the exact card you need, like a copy of Buster Whelp. We then play a single copy of Druis Worm. Druis Worm is amazing because it helps you spot remove cards off the field. We then play 3 copies of Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom is an amazing 3-of in the build to basically just stop your opponent from touching the deck. We then play 3 copies of Effect Veiler. Effect Veiler is really good in this deck and also searchable off your copy of Sage and Wishes as well, which is absolutely crazy. But this card basically just stops your opponent's monster effects. We then play 2 copies of Nibiru. Nibiru is really good at breaking your opponent's board, plus in this deck, it's very easy to out the Nibiru token. So, that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's get in to the spells. So for the spells, we're going to start with a single copy of Called by the Grave. Call of the Grave is an amazing one-of in the deck to basically just stop your opponent from hand-trapping you while you're going in for all of your plays. With my single copy of Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragons. This card is a really good one in the deck that's basically an E-Telly for Blue Eyes White Dragon. I think you special summon in Defense Edition a Blue Eyes monster from your deck, graveyard, or banishment, but if you control no Blue Eyes White Dragon, you can only special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon with this card's effect. Also, you cannot special summon from the extract for the rest of the term except dragon monsters, which is totally fine because we're only going to summon our copy of Buster Blader during the opponent's turn through its trap prologue. We then play a single copy of Mausoleum of White. Mausoleum is definitely a one-of in the build and such a powerful card in this deck because during the main phase, you can actually normal summon a light level 1 tuner monster in addition to your normal summoner set, which is a crazy powerful effect to instantly bring out your copy of Busterwell after you've already summoned out your copy of Sage, which is such a powerful ability. Plus, this card is a Foolish Burial for your copy of Blue Eyes White Dragon, which is great for your copy of True Light to bring it back to your side of the field. But this card is amazing in the deck and a really good one-of in the build. We then play a single copy of Triple Tactics Talent. Triple Tactics Talent is a really good one-of in the build that either lets you draw 2 cards, take control of an opponent's monster, or look at your opponent's hand and choose a card from it and shuffle it into the deck, which just instantly deals with hand traps where your opponent even uses them, or gets rid of key combo pieces. We then play 2 copies of Triple Tactics Thrust. Thrust is a really good 2-of in the build, so we can basically use this card to get to our copy of Prologue just in case we need to, or we can use it to get to our copy of Talons, which is a really cool effect. But this card is amazing in the deck as a 2-of and just helps so much in this build. We then play 3 copies of Wishes for Eyes of Blue. Wishes is definitely a 3-of in the build and such a powerful card in this deck. You'd actually discard a card to add a level 1 light tuner and a speller trap that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to your hand, which is a really powerful deck because this card can not only search your copy of Effect Veiler, Sage, and Maiden, but this card can also search out your copy of Buster Whelp because it's actually a tuner, which is absolutely insane, and it's super easy to be able to use this card to go into either engine that you need. This card also has a summon out a copy of Tyrant Dragon, which is an amazing effect. So you can banish this card from the graveyard and then target a Blue Eyes White Dragon control and equip a Blue Eyes monster from your extract to it as an equip spell that gives it 400 attack points. So you basically equip your copy of Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon to your copy of Blue Eyes White Dragon and then tribute it to be able to summon out your copy of Tyrant Dragon directly from your extract, which is an amazing ability. So that's it for the spells, guys. Let's get in to the traps. So for the traps, we're going to start with a single copy of Destruction Sword Memories. Destruction Sword Memories is definitely a one-of in the build. This card is a great graveyard effect that you actually banish this card in the graveyard to fusion summon a Buster Blader, the Dragon Destroyer Swordsman, from your extract by banishing its fusion materials listed on it from the graveyard, which is just a copy of Buster Blader plus any dragon monster, which is super easy to do in this deck. We play a single copy of Prologue of the Destruction Swordsman. This card is definitely a one-of in the build, and you only need a single copy of this card because we're only ever summoning our copy of Buster Dragon and Buster Blader once in this build. This card lets you send a Destruction Sword card and a Buster Blader monster from your deck to the graveyard, except another copy of this card to special summon a Buster Dragon from your extract or your graveyard, but destroyed during the end phase of the next turn, which is a really awesome effect to instantly bring out your copy of your Buster Dragon to basically turn everything on the field into a dragon monster and send your copy of Buster Blader plus your copy of Memories to the graveyard so you can actually banish it from the grave and make your copy of your Buster Blader fusion, essentially locking down your opponent. We then play a single copy of Majesty of the White Dragons. Majesty is really good because this card is actually a pop 2 in this build. If you play 3 copies of Blue Eyes, it's a pop 3. But I feel like 2 copies is really all you need for Blue Eyes in this deck. But this card is really good because it actually shows up to 3 of your Blue Eyes White Dragons into your hand, facing the monster zone or graveyard, destroy an equal number of cards your opponent controls, which is an insane effect. Help you pop cards on the field. We play a single copy of True Light. True Light's great in this deck as a 1-of, but you only need a single copy of this card because you can easily get to this card with your copy of Maiden. It makes it so your opponent cannot target Blue Eyes White Dragon monsters in with card effects, and also in this face-up card is sent from the spell and trap card zone to the graveyard to destroy all monsters that you control. And also this card is an insane effect that you can activate either of these effects per turn, that you can either special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand or grave, or set a spell or trap directly from your deck that specifically lists Blue Eyes White Dragon in its text with a different name from cards that you control in your graveyard, instantly getting your copy of Wishes so we can go full combo, which is an insane effect. We then play 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. Infinite Impermanence is an amazing 3-out in the build to basically just stop your opponent's monster effects and also lock down entire columns of spells and traps. So that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get in to the extra deck. So for the extra deck, we're going to start with a single copy of Buster Blader, the Dragon Destroyer Swordsman. This card is absolutely insane to be able to make in this deck, and it's super easy to make with your copy of your Memories, which is really, really cool. It just requires a Buster Blader plus a Dragon type monster to make this card, so you're basically just using your copy of Destruction Sword Memories to banish it from the graveyard, and then be able to fusion summon into this card, which is so cool. This card cannot attack your opponent directly, and it gains 1,000 attack points and defense points for each Dragon type monster that your opponent controls, or in their graveyard. And also, you change all Dragon type monsters your opponent controls to defense issue. Also, Dragon type monsters in your opponent's possession cannot activate their effects, and if this card attacks, it does piercing damage, which is absolutely insane. This card is an awesome boss monster, especially with so many different Blue Eyes decks running around right now, and just absolutely ends games against any deck when you make it alongside your copy of Buster Dragon. We then make a single copy of Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon. Tyrant Dragon is very easy to make in this deck with your copy of Wishes, and basically going to attack all monsters your opponent controls once each, and also recovers your trap cards out of the graveyard. We play a single copy of Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. This is the card you use to be able to equip to one of your Blue Eyes White Dragons, so you can summon out your copy of Tyrant Dragon. We then play a single copy of Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon. Spirit Dragon is an amazing one-of in the deck that's actually a walking negate, and also gains 1,000 attack points when it does negate something. And also, your opponent cannot banish cards from your graveyard, which is an extremely powerful ability. And if this card is destroyed by battle by card effect, you can actually special summon a light dragon monster in your graveyard, except a copy of this card, which is such a powerful effect. We then played 2 copies of Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon is definitely a 2-of in the build, because this card helps you bring out your copy of Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon, and it's just a really cool card in this build, and also it makes it so neither player can special summon 2 more monsters at the same time, and also once per turn during either player's turn when an effect of a card in the graveyard is activated, you can actually negate the activation, which is an insane effect. And like a single copy of Lightstorm Dragon. Lightstorm Dragon is really cool as a 1-of in the build to basically use this card to pop spells and traps on the field. And like a single copy of Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. Azure Eyes is amazing as a 1-of in the build, as this card has a really cool ability that if this card is special summoned, until the end phase of the next turn, neither player can target dragon monsters you can currently control with card effects, and also they cannot be destroyed by card effects either, which will actually turn off the effect of your copy of Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon for destroying the monster that summons out to your side of the field, which is a really cool effect. We play a single copy of Buster Dragon. Buster Dragon is great to be able to summon out alongside your copy of your Buster Blader, because this turns everything on the field into a dragon monster, which is an insane ability to help you basically lock down the board. We play a single copy of Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. This card is very easy to make with your copy of Buster Dragon plus any tuner monster, basically giving you a walking negate on your side of the field. We play a single copy of Typhon because it's just a really easy card to summon out to your side of the field. It's a skill drain for 3,000 or higher attack point monsters, and also helps you bounce cards off the field. We play a single copy of Protector Whelp. Protector Whelp is just really good in this deck as a 1-of to help you send one of your cards to the graveyard. That's a Destruction Sword card, which is an amazing ability. We made a single copy of Heraldic Seal. Heraldic Seal helps you spin cards off the field, and it's a full combo in this deck. It's just really insane to be able to make on your side of the field, and it's just a really cool card overall to help you summon out your other dragon monsters to your side of the field. We made 2 copies of Spirit with Eyes of Blue. This card searches out your copy of Mausoleum when you link someone into this card, and also it helps you tribute this card and then bring a Blue Eyes White Dragon directly from your graveyard back to your side of the field, which is a great effect. So that's it for the deck, guys. I would enjoy this deck. Is super fun to be able to play. If you guys have never played a Buster Blader Blue Eyes White Dragon deck before, you should definitely give this deck a try. It's super fun to be able to play, and it's insane how well the new Blue Eyes cards work with the Buster Blader card. So that's gonna do for this one, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell in there so you can become part of our notification squad, and we'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.